And good morning. Welcome to the Wednesday edition of the Tom Barfield Show. Tom Barfield, Lark Smith alongside. Glad to have you with us as we continue from Collective again here on Austin Avenue. And I think they have a big show coming up on Saturday. We're going to talk more about that coming up a little later on in the program. So we'll discuss that. Also, we will dive in today. We're going to talk some McLennan softball. Again, Chris Berry is going to join us. They've got an elite program, an elite team, and they're rolling, but they're not playing. Well, they're not. I mean, they've got a gap in their schedule, and I want to find out why. So we will we'll visit with Chris Berry today. Also, Kyle Yeomans from the Dallas Cowboys broadcast team is going to join us on the program today. Now, Kyle is a Midway High School graduate, so we're going to find out how Kyle Yeomans went from Midway High School to visiting with Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones and being a part of the Cowboy thing. So we will do that on the program as well today. We'll also get into the local sports news of the day and whatever else that we can get into in the next 59 and a half minutes. And we do welcome you into the program. Our show today is, as always, presented by our good friends at Toe King. And again, a locally owned company, Gary and his team. They're there for you 24 hours a day with roadside assistance. If you get in a pinch and you need some help, then you can turn to Toe King, and they're going to take great care of you 24/7. And that's kind of comforting to know. I was on the road last night. Got thinking about it again last night. Ran up to Stephenville last night for the Baylor-Tarleton State game, and it's dark. You're in Meridian or whatever, Clifton, Valley Mills, and if the car breaks down, what are you going to do? Because listen, I can do some things, but that's not one of. Well, no, I can't do much of anything. I can talk a little bit about sports, but the handyman thing is not me. It isn't. But and certainly, I know where to put the gas in the vehicle. I was taught that, but that's about as far as it goes. So that's why I'm going to rely on if I'm ever on the side of the road and the car won't run, I'm going to use that 24-hour service from Gary Hoffman and the guys at Toe King. So we appreciate them, and we appreciate you being with us or watching it later or listening to it later. Well, I mean, it's available on all the platforms, Spotify and Apple and all of that good stuff. All right. Last night, as I mentioned, we were on the road. We were in Stephenville on the campus at Tarleton State University. Let's welcome in Lark Smith to the program. When is the last time you have been to Stephenville and Tarleton State?
Probably about a month ago.
Oh, okay. So it had been about a year for me. That campus is exploding.
Yes, it is.
With the new basketball arena, all the additions to, I guess it's still Memorial Stadium, the football facility.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, they got the nice baseball facility, field turf, and all that. So it had been a while. I was somewhat surprised. 100 years ago, I lived there and did Tarleton football and basketball and baseball, Stephenville stuff. In fact, I was there doing Stephenville football the first year that Coach Art Browse was in town. So, it's been a minute. But we were there last night for the Tarleton Baylor game. Tarleton actually won the ball game 6-5. Baylor dropped to 6-6 on the season. They've got Air Force coming to town this weekend. Tarleton is now 7-5. I wanted to bring up a couple of things. I wanted to bring up Slade McLeod and Gage McLeod. Of course, they're brothers, and they're Central Texas kids. Robinson and China Spring is where they went to school, and I saw their parents last night at the ballpark and said hello to them. I waved at them. They saw me in the press box, and they were in their seats and got to see those folks. But Slade went 2 for 4, scored a run, and Gage went 1 for 4 and drove in a run. And I think he had a big key hit in their win over the Bears. Baylor jumped out to a 2-0 lead, but Tarleton had 3 in the third, and Baylor got 2 in the fourth and 1 in the fifth, and then Tarleton got 1 in the sixth and 2 in the seventh. So you can see how this game went back and forth. It was a typical, what I like to call a typical Tuesday night. I mean, when you look at the scores from around the Big 12 on a Tuesday night, there are some interesting scores, and some of the Big 12 teams got beat. And that happens on Tuesday night because you're pitching, as you know, Lark, different people.
Oh,
and so you have to – you're not going to run out those guys that pitch on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Very seldom do you run them out. Or if you do, it's really more like a bullpen. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, absolutely. It's like that game that I did Monday for junior college for MCC and Seminole, where we saw 18 different pitchers pitch in that game because both coaches are trying to knock the rust off of guys who've been sitting out in the bullpen before they get into conference play, because conference play starting this week for both of them. The Highlanders starting today at home against Grayson, so they were using some of the pitchers that haven't had a whole lot of pitching time yet and making sure that they've got somebody in the pen that's available when it comes to the conference schedule.
And that's kind of how it went with the game last night. There were some arms used last night by both clubs, quite frankly, that need to pitch on Tuesday. And those are guys you're trying to bring along and help develop and get them in a spot where they can help you on the weekends. Now, you mentioned yesterday that there was a young lady from Robinson that had a 10-game, was it 10 games?
10-game hitting streak.
10-game hitting streak going for the Robinson softball team.
Isabella Mathis.
And how did Miss Mathis do last night?
Well, unfortunately, her hitting streak came to an end last night, but Robinson did pick up the win over University 7-5.
Well, at the end of the day, she would probably tell you that winning the game is probably the most important thing. So,
absolutely.
Well, that's good stuff there. All right. So Isabel had her hitting streak stopped, but we will maybe she'll start a new one.
Maybe.
You never know. Maybe, I guess they'll play again this weekend, Friday or something like that. And maybe she'll start a new hit streak. So there you go. All right. We welcome you in the programs as we get rolling here. And again, as we mentioned, we are brought to you by Toe King. We're going to take a break right here. When we come back, we're going to jump into it with our good buddy Chris Berry, and we'll do that here when the Tom Barfield Show continues in just a moment.
Morrison's Gifts, Waco's oldest family-owned gift store, wants to ask a question to the guys out there. Don't you just love gift giving? Does John Hart, Consuela, or Jellycat mean anything to you? If not, at Morrison's, we have your answers and your back. For 47 years, we have guided men and you ladies through the trauma of selecting the right gift for the right person. Come and see us at 4312 West Waco Drive in the Brazos Square Center, close to Jason's Deli. That's Morrison's Gifts, owned by a proud Baylor Bear.
Lake Waco Golf Club is a semi-private facility nestled along the north point of Lake Waco, one of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course as well as an executive 18-hole par 3 golf course. Plus, check out their bar and grill, which is open to the public. And if you're not a golfer, then enjoy time by the pool or even enjoy fishing around Lake Waco. Become a member today and call to book your tee time. Lake Waco Golf Club, where family and friends fun begins. Check them out at lakewacogc.com for more information.
Bumblebee Blinds of Waco and Temple is your one-stop shop for custom window treatment, transforming your vision into reality. Choose from a selection of shades, blinds, shutters, and curtains. Bumblebee Blinds stands behind our service and products, ensuring peace of mind with our trusted warranty. Call Bumblebee Blinds today to schedule your design consultation. Bumblebee Blinds, simplifying window treatments one covering at a time. BumblebeeBlinds.com.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Toe King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Toe King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Toe King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Toe King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
All right, welcome back. This is the Tom Barfield Show on a Wednesday. We are going to effort Chris Berry, the softball coach at McClendon. Chris, are you there? Chris is not there. Okay, so we got a little technical issue that we will try to work through and get Chris back on the program for the show. But Chris needs to connect to the program. So, Lark, why don't you go through and maybe give us some of the scores from around Central Texas?
All right, give me just a a second here.
All right.
There we go. All right. We had softball last night. We mentioned that Robinson beat University 7-5. Also in high school softball last night, Midway with a 9-0 win over Harker Heights. Temple defeated Shoemaker 2-1. Copper's Cove blasted Killeen 17-0. It was Conley over Waco High 21-0. And then China Spring beat McGregor 11-3. Those were the softball scores we were able to find from last night. In junior college softball yesterday, Hill College took on Texas Lutheran, lost a couple of games, 11-6 and 5-0. Today in JUCO softball, the Temple softball team at home for a doubleheader against Coastal Bend. College softball, you've got Baylor beating Stephen F. Austin yesterday 4-0. Also, number 4 Oklahoma, a 16-4 win over North Texas. Today, the Texas A&M softball team takes on Louisiana Tech. We talked about college baseball moments ago with Baylor losing to Tarleton 6-5. Also yesterday, TCU struggled to beat Abilene Christian 7-6. TCU ranked 17th in the nation according to D1 Baseball. Sam Houston State defeated the Houston Cougars 5-2. The 22nd ranked Texas A&M Aggies defeated Incarnate Word 11-1. Number 12 Oklahoma took on Dallas Baptist and won 2-0. That was kind of a battle of a family affair because Skip Johnson is the head coach at Oklahoma, and his son Tyler Johnson, who used to be the head coach at McLennan, is now an assistant coach at Dallas Baptist. Talked to Tyler on Monday, and he said he was really looking forward to that trip to Norman. And then last night, the number 3 Texas Longhorns defeated Houston Christian 16-3. Moving over to college baseball, or JUCO baseball, the Hill Rebels got a leg up on the rest of the Northern Texas Junior College Conference with a doubleheader sweep of Ranger at home yesterday. The Rebels winning the first game 8-3, taking the second game 11-3. An 8-inning walk-off home run by Trent Thompson got them the walk-off run rule win there. Today in junior college baseball, Temple is on the road at Vernon to start conference, a doubleheader. And the Grayson Vikings are right here in Waco today to take on the McLennan Highlanders. First game is scheduled for 12 noon at Bosque River Ballpark, McClinton Field there at Bosque River Ballpark. Come on out and watch the Highlanders today. They're still playing JUCO basketball. I think they've got 2 more games on the schedule in junior college basketball, as you've got the McLennan boys and girls both going down to Temple to take on Temple in the women's and men's doubleheader. And the Hill Rebels are going up to Grayson to play a doubleheader up there. College basketball last night, it was TCU over Texas Tech, 73-65. Tonight, Baylor is on the road to take on Houston. One thing I wanted to bring up, the World Baseball Classic gets underway today with some exhibition games as well as one actual game between Chinese Taipei and Australia. You can watch a lot of that on Fox Sports or Fox Sports 1. The Texas Rangers are playing Brazil today out in Surprise, Arizona. That's a 2:00 first pitch for that. So that's some of the stuff going on as far as baseball and basketball goes. There was some soccer around the Central Texas area last night. I was at Paul Tyson Field last night for the Waco High girls taking on Ellison. And I learned something new, Tom.
Oh, okay. What did you learn?
I learned that there's actually a mercy rule in soccer.
I did not know that myself.
I did not know that.
So is it like a run rule?
Kind of, sort of.
Okay.
Yeah. They were in the second half.
Yeah.
About 10 minutes into the second half. And Waco High scored their 8th goal of the game. They were up 8-0. And when they scored that goal, just everybody started celebrating and left the field. So I was like, okay, there's a mercy rule.
And so you just said, okay, good night. And thanks for watching.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. So they won 8-0. The Midway girls defeated Bryan 1-0, and that win for the Midway girls, I believe, will win them a district championship, though there's still a couple more games left on the schedule. And that's pretty much what we got from around the area from last night.
All right, so we are going to take another quick break. When we come back, we promise. Well, we're not going to promise, but we're going to effort Chris Berry. We'll do that next when the Tom Barfield Show continues in just a moment.
Since 1996, Double R Old Fashioned Hamburgers at 18th and Herring has been serving Waco's best burger. There's nothing better than a delicious burger cooked just the way you like it, with garden fresh toppings on a buttered bun. Add tots, fries, curly fries, or onion rings for a perfect meal. So what are you waiting on? How about Double R Old Fashioned Hamburgers today? Double R Old Fashioned Hamburgers is open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Double R Old Fashioned Hamburgers. And don't forget to ask about Double R's catering. Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
Morrison's Gifts, Waco's oldest family-owned gift store, wants to ask a question to the guys out there. Don't you just love gift giving? Does John Hart, Consuela, or Jellycat mean anything to you? If not, at Morrison's, we have your answers and your back. For 47 years, we have guided men and you ladies through the trauma of selecting the right gift for the right person. Come and see us at 4312 West Waco Drive in the Brazos Square Center, close to Jason's Deli. That's Morrison's Gifts, owned by a proud Baylor Bear.
Chris, we just sent.
All right, welcome back. We are still efforting Chris, and we will get Chris. I promise. So, just it's live. So here we go, and we're going to try to connect with Chris just as soon as we can. And I'm letting Chris know by text here that we sent him a different link, and we'll try to get Chris on the program here this morning.
While you do that, let me talk
Sure.
high school girls basketball.
Sure.
If I can get this to cooperate with me. There we go. All right. High school girls basketball from last night. Or actually, this is the state tournament. These are the games are going to be played at the Alamo Dome.
Right. Again, I mean, last night was a big night for La Vega. I mean, they won handily, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
I mean, handily. And Marcus Willis, we're going to try to effort Marcus Willis to get Marcus back on the program maybe on Monday to talk about the state championship game. They're going to go against Decatur, correct?
Correct.
All right.
Yeah. La Vega with a 62-33 win over San Antonio Davenport last night. That's going to put them in the state championship game on Friday at 5:00. That's for the 4A Division I state title. These are the teams that are going to be playing in the Alamo Dome on Thursday. The Class A Division I championship is between Broadus and Clyde Eula. At 1:00, the 1A Division II game is Saltillo versus Nazareth. Then at 5:00 on Thursday, you got the Division I 2A title between Mason and Panhandle. And then at 7 p.m. on that Thursday, you've got the 2A Division II championship between Martins Mill and Lipan. And I'll tell you, that's going to be a heck of a ball game.
Martins Mill, they're there. It seems like they're there every year.
Yeah, so is Lipan. You know what? We finally have Chris.
We have Chris. Oh, my goodness. Chris Berry,
I
good
was
morning.
in the right spot.
How are you,
I
my
was in
friend?
the right spot. I'm good. How are you?
Great, man. And we first of all, we really do appreciate you being here, and thanks for your time. Let's just kind of dive into this thing. Let's I want to talk about you for just a minute in your journey. Talk about moving from baseball to softball and how you ended up in that position and why you're still in that position with all the great success. Why haven't you moved on?
Well, I think I ended up as softball coach because of God's providence, to be honest. I came back to McLennan, almost 13 years ago now, mainly to be a dad to my 13-year-old son at the time, who's now 24 and almost 25, and came back to help Mitch build the program. And about 4 years into that process, Coach Trokum kind of jokingly asked me if I'd be interested in potentially pursuing this if it opened up, and I kind of was like, no, you're crazy, lady, no way. And she revisited that question a little later that spring, and so I started doing a little research and talking to some people that had made that transition from baseball to softball that had gone on and have still having good careers, and they all kind of encouraged me to do it, and I didn't really feel like at the time that Coach Thompson was going to be moving on, and I didn't really come back to McLennan to be a lifelong assistant coach. Not that there's anything wrong with that, because I'd been one for a long, long time. And it just sort of kind of worked out. And, we've built something very special and that I'm very proud of. And I've had opportunities to leave, Tom. I get job offers. I get job offers almost every summer from different places and different parts of the country. And, Waco's home. There's a little bit of me that feels like we haven't accomplished everything that we've set out to accomplish here. And I have a hard time leaving something undone. And, it's a great place to work. I've got a great staff. We're able to recruit great kids. Waco's home for me and my family. And so it's a hard place to leave.
And I knew that from previous conversations. I knew it was a choice. It was a choice for you. It was a choice for you and your family. And that's kind of why I wanted to touch base on that. And you do have a great situation at McLennan. So I wanted to bring that up. I know one of your goals not only is to win softball games and to win championships, but it's also to develop your players and get them in to other programs, other D1 programs. And you've been very, you and your staff have been very, very successful at this.
Yeah, and I think the big thing, Tom, for us, the Division I stuff has kind of happened organically. The goal isn't necessarily D1 or bust here. It's best fit, it's best opportunity, it's best degree. There are a lot of factors that go into those decisions, and recruiting's a fickle business. I mean, you've been around college athletics a long time, and the landscape changes so much that how people are recruited, it's not real fluid, right? And so we want to make sure our kids are going in the right spot. But that being said, we have had tremendous success moving kids on, and not only have we moved them on, they've gone on to be extremely successful players at the four-year institutions that they're playing at. I mean, we've got Cece Wong was a first-team All-American at Wichita State. Haley Hudson was the WAC pitcher of the year at Grand Canyon. Taryn Batterton is at Grand Canyon right now as their number one and is ranked the 26th overall best pitcher in the country right now. Was an All-West region player last year for them. Bailey Krolchek was a player of the year for Southeast Louisiana for Rick Freeman. And the next year, Kaylin Watson repeated the feat, back-to-back McLennan players being Southland Players of the Year for the same program. And there's stories like that on and on and on. And we've Division II All-Americans. We have the Lone Star Conference Pitcher of the Year in Cheyenne Floyd, who was a first-team Division II All-American. There's all sorts of stuff, and I think the reason we were able to do that, number one, is McLennan's able to recruit a really high-level player. we can recruit really good kids. And number two, we work really hard at our job, and we've got connections all over the country. And it's just been a really kind of neat thing to kind of watch this thing develop and grow into what it's grown into.
Talking with Chris Berry, the head softball coach at McLennan Community College. Chris, your club's off to a 16-6 start. Talk a little bit about this, and I know that you're very organic when it comes to this discussion, but talk a little bit about your strengths and where you may be still needing some help in developing this club.
Well, we're very young, Tom. I mean, like very young. There are lots of games where we're starting 9 true freshmen. And I know everybody says all junior college teams are young, and that's true, but there's a big difference in a year. Sophomores, just experience. You can't coach experience into players, right? You just got to go do it. And we're getting better. Some of the things that we've struggled with, we haven't been as offensive as typically we are. It's getting better. I think it's kids understanding that the level you come from, what you do there doesn't necessarily work at the level you're currently at or the level you're trying to get to. So, it's getting kids to understand that you've got to be able to make changes and adjustments and things that you could get away with at the high school level. You no longer can get away with, and every level you go up, that happens to be the transition you have to make. We're a pretty good defensive ball club. We handle the ball really well. We've got a legitimate frontline arm, and we've got good pitching, but it's young, and so they do dumb things that cost them runs, but they're getting better. The thing I like about our team is they're incredibly close knit. They love one another. They work extremely hard together. There's not a lot of drama. There's not a lot of petty jealousy. It's a very connected group, and I think because of that, they're going to just continue to get better and better and better as they log more innings. And the offensive stuff started to kind of show itself the other day. This last weekend, we started playing better. At bat started getting better. So, I mean, I feel like we're headed in the right direction. Part of the 6 losses right now, we've played the toughest schedule of anybody in the top 25. And 4 of our losses have come to teams that are ranked in the top 7 in the country. And 3 of those have been, 1-2-run games. So it's not like we're bad. We're just young. And as they gain more experience, I think you'll see the level of play continue to rise.
I think if I'm correct, you're on a 7-game winning streak, having beaten Hutchinson Community College and Alvin College back on the 28th of February. But am I reading this schedule correctly? You do not play again until you open conference play on March the 11th against Rangers.
Yeah,
is that correct?
It's terrible. It's not good.
What's going on?
We pushed our conference start date back, and our schedule was already set when that happened, and we just couldn't find people. We couldn't find games, just to be honest. Like, we tried, and so this won't ever happen like this again. But we've actually are going to, before the year is over, we're going to have 3 week-long byes. We came off a week-long bye going into play San Jack, and you could tell that we had not played. And then we have this bye, which is a product of us moving the schedule back for the conference start date to kind of line up with the World Series. And then we have our conference bye week coming up at the end of March. So, it's just been a weird year. We're still going to get our games in. It's just we just couldn't find people that were willing to play, either because they're already starting conference play or for whatever reason. Sometimes it's hard.
If you're not going to say it, I will. If you're not going to say it, I will. People don't want to play you because they know that they're going to get beat. Is that fair?
Well, I mean, I don't want to say that. We've been a handful for a long time. Right. And I would tell people this is the year to play us because it isn't going to get easier. in the future. But people have their reasons, and it's not because we don't try to play. I mean, we went out to Northeast Alabama, one of the best teams in the country. It's a second-year program, but they're loaded, and we're not afraid to go play anywhere. And we have an administration that lets us do that. But it's got to be reciprocated, So
Right.
It is what it is. We'll deal with it, and we'll figure it out, and we'll be all right.
Chris, I know you got recruiting going on right now, and I appreciate you pausing that recruiting process to visit with us. I apologize for the technical issues, but we do appreciate
No
you
worries.
being with it. Week 1, brother,
Yeah,
you're
man.
on the week 1 lineup list.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm jazzed about it, dude. I'd like for it to be a weekly segment, man. I get into this stuff.
Chris,
I haven't gotten to do a whole lot of interviews in my career, Tom. This is kind of like I feel like I'm finally arriving somewhere.
This is what this program is going to be about. It's good. We say it all the time. Our little motto here on the program is it's Central Texas sports and sports that Central Texans care about. That's the thing.
Yep.
That's what we're going to do here on the show.
Well,
hey,
I'm glad you're back on the air.
Hey, appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Familiar.
Yeah, go
So-
close that recruit and get that
Yep.
recruit on campus, and we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks, buddy.
Appreciate it, Tom. Thank you, guys. Lark, I know you're in the background somewhere. Hello, man. Hope you're doing well.
All right.
I am doing well, and I appreciate it.
That is
Thanks.
Chris Berry. See you later, Chris.
All right, buddy. Thanks.
And Lark, we were, being somewhat facetious when we said people don't want to play them because they know what's going to happen. But there is some truth to that schedule,
Oh, yeah.
and it's at any level. You find
Absolutely.
a high school team that's really kind of dominant. They have a hard time finding non-district games, and Chris Berry's having some difficulty finding, non-conference games to play before conference play. But it is interesting, and I wanted to get him on and talk about it. 3 1-week open periods. And that's just unheard. Softball and baseball players like to get in rhythms
Sure.
where they play,
Mm-hmm.
and they just can't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, not this year anyway. All right, we are live on a Wednesday from Collectum again, and that's on Austin Avenue. And again, they got an event coming up on Saturday. We'll talk a little bit about that a little later on. We are presented by our good friends at Toe King, and we're brought to you in part by Double R Old Fashioned Hamburgers, 18th and Herring. I'm telling you, I haven't been there this week, and it's bothering me. It's simply bothering me. Monday through Friday, they're open Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, 4:30 rather, and Saturday 10 until 2 o'clock. Burgers just the way you like it with the special seasoning and all that good stuff. You're headed out to McLennan today, right?
Yes, I am. Unfortunately, I don't have time to stop for a burger.
Goodness.
I did stop for a burger on Monday.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did get one on
I
Monday.
noticed you
on my way
didn't
out of
tell
town.
me, but
I
that's
told
okay.
you before I left.
They're open again Monday through Friday, 10 until 4:30, Saturdays 10 until noon. They got great burgers and all the good stuff that goes with those burgers. And so check it out today if you'd like. If not, go tomorrow. You got to get it done the next couple of days. That's Double R Old Fashioned Hamburgers, proud partner of the Tom Barfield Show. When we come back, we hopefully we will be visiting with Kyle Yeomans. We'll do that when we continue in just a moment.
Lake Waco Golf Club is a semi-private facility nestled along the north point of Lake Waco, one of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course as well as an executive 18-hole par 3 golf course. Plus, check out their bar and grill, which is open to the public. And if you're not a golfer, then enjoy time by the pool or even enjoy fishing around Lake Waco. Become a member today and call to book your tee time. Lake Waco Golf Club, where family and friends fun begins. Check them out at lakewacogc.com for more information.
It's not just a glove, it's a 44 Pro. Crafted with dedication, made for performance, and built to last. Get your custom glove today at 44pro.com and experience the 44 Pro difference. That's 44pro.com, 44 Pro.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Toe King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Toe King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Toe King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Toe King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farm, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com.
Hi, I'm Mitch, the co-founder of Cake, a sexual health and wellness company designed for today and designed for you. Yes, you. The entire product line can be found at hellocake.com, and it's also available in every Walmart near you.
All right, welcome back into the program. It is a Wednesday edition of the program. Glad to have you with us here on this Wednesday as we talk sports. And we're it's been one of those days. It has been one of those days where we're having some technical issues, and we will. I'm going to hand that over to Lark and point that out to you right there. So we're going to make it through. We're going to make it through. But again, last night I was in Stephenville for the Bears and the Tarleton Texans, and TSU comes away with a win. And I would tell you that atmosphere was incredible. They were packed. The stadium was packed. It's a small stadium. I think it seats a little over 1,000, maybe 1,000, something like that. And I think the official attendance was about 965, if my memory serves me correctly. But they were loud and they were engaged and they were in tune with the program. And they were, it was a good night for the Tarleton Texans, and they get the win. And they were very excited about beating a program like Baylor, and they deserved to win the ball game. They did the things that they needed to do in the end to come from behind and win the game, and that's that. And now for the Bears, it's time to move on. They move on to take on the Air Force Academy. The Falcons will be in here Friday, Saturday afternoon, and Sunday afternoon. And again, Saturday there is a flyover scheduled with the Air Force, and I can't wait to see that. I think that's going to be remarkable. So look forward to that. And that will take place on Saturday afternoon. So if you have time, come out to the ballpark, Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark, and see if and just check it out. I think it's going to be cool having one of the service academies in town, and the Air Force Academy will be here to play 3 games again: Friday night, Saturday afternoon, and Sunday afternoon for the program for the baseball series with Air Force. So keep that in mind. As we mentioned, we are at Collectum again, and Collectum again is going to have a huge event on Saturday. It's going to be a sidewalk sale, $1 comic sidewalk sale, and that is coming up this Saturday, March 7th, from 10 until 5 o'clock. So there you go. There you have it. So look forward to that. We are also presented by Morrison's Gifts, Waco's oldest family-owned and gift store. They want to ask a question. If you want to ask a question, you can certainly do that. Again, Sally and the gang, Sally and Mark and all the folks at Morrison's Gifts will be there to help you out. And that's the cool thing about Morrison's Gifts. You go there and you say, I have no clue what I want to get my significant other. They will take great care of you, and they will get you fixed up and take care of all those needs for you. Whether it's a Mother's Day gift, whether it's a Valentine's gift that just occurred, or maybe it's a just because gift. I just want to do something special for that significant other. Then you can do that at Morrison's Gifts. They're at 4312 West Waco Drive in the Brazos Square Shopping Center, right down the strip from Jason's Deli. So that's a good landmark for you. You kind of figure out where to go from there. So Jason's Deli is the location for that. All right. We are still efforting Kyle Yeomans. We're going to take a break right here, and then we will come back with Kyle in just a moment.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
Lake Waco Golf Club is a semi-private facility nestled along the north point of Lake Waco, one of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course as well as an executive 18-hole par 3 golf course. Plus, check out their bar and grill, which is open to the public. And if you're not a golfer, then enjoy time by the pool or even enjoy fishing around Lake Waco. Become a member today and call to book your tee time. Lake Waco Golf Club, where family and friends fun begins. Check them out at lakewacogc.com for more information.
I had a panic moment running my hands through my hair, and that's when I found Keeps. Keeps gave me the results that I was really looking for.
I definitely felt a lot more confident once I saw my hair coming back.
Keeps has given me the control of my hair back.
Get your first month free at Keeps.com.
Tervis is all about staying hydrated. Each product is built to last and comes in endless designs to match your personality. Stay refreshed and express yourself with Tervis. Visit Tervis.com today and find your perfect tumbler.
Welcome to Kitbag, the ultimate destination for football fans. Whether you're cheering for Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United, or any other top club, for true football passion, think Kitbag. Visit kitbag.com today. That's KITBAG.com. Kitbag.
You start. Let me finish talking to him.
Okay. All right. Let's look at some basketball that happened last night. Boys regional semifinals in Ennis. The University Trojans knocked out by Frisco Memorial 51-42. Colleen Ellison also knocked out of the 5A Division II postseason by Lucas Lovejoy 57-43. That game happened in Glen Rose. A couple of local teams on the boys' side did advance to the boys' regional championship, and they're going to play each other, and that is Meyer Academy. I think they also call themselves Rappaport Academy. They're out there on the old Paul Quinn campus on the end of Elm Street. They defeated Collinsville 75-72 in Weatherford last night. Meanwhile, it was Bosqueville over Munster 54-40. They won that game in Peaster. So Bosqueville and Meyer Academy, who play in District 12 2A against each other, they're going to vie for the regional championship in 2A Division 1. That site and time has not yet been set. This will be the third time that these two teams have played each other this year, because they played each other during conference or during district play. And they split those two district games. Meyer Academy won the first game 65-60. Bosqueville won the second game 56-43. So I'm not a person that can line all that up, but I think the gym at McLennan College, the Highlands Gym, should be a great place for those two teams to meet on Friday.
I don't know why you just don't go ahead and set that up for them.
Okay.
You can do that.
Yeah, I'll call Sean.
Yeah, again, congratulations to, we're talking about Sean Tropham, the athletic director of Clinton Community College. Again, I want to say congratulations to La Vega. What a terrific season, and they will play Friday evening at 5 o'clock. I believe that's San Antonio, right?
Yes, sir. And the Alamo Dome.
Yep, for the state championship. 4th straight trip to the state tournament, 9 in the school's history. And they will take on Decatur, a team that they are familiar with.
Yes. This is a rematch of last year's championship game.
So that'll be coming up on Friday at 5 o'clock. And if everything goes well, we'll try to get Marcus Willis, the head basketball coach, back on the program to talk about that matchup on Monday. We've got a lot of great guests we're going to line up for you next week. Lonnie Judd, the athletic director at Robinson High School, has announced his retirement, and we want to get Lonnie on and maybe go down memory lane. You know, he coached at Moody, coached at Midway, coached in the Metroplex, was the AD at Moody, and you know, currently serves as the athletic director at Robinson ISD. So we want to get Lonnie on and congratulate him on a wonderful career. So we'll do that sometime next week as well. And let's see, what else what are we planning on? I think we're going to effort James Leverton, the head baseball coach at McLennan, to be on the program. We got some great ideas that we will take care of next week. And again, our apologies. We're brand new. We had a couple of bumps today. We were going to have Kyle Yeomans on the program, but Kyle, we just couldn't make that connection. We'll figure out. Look, you got two old dudes up here trying to figure out how to do this.
I just need a few codes. That's all.
Yeah, we'll figure all this out. So we promise we're going to have Kyle again next week. We'll get Kyle again next Wednesday and have him on the program. So there you go. But we'll get it taken care of, and of course we'll continue to give you scores and talk to these coaches as they build their programs and win games and do that kind of fun stuff. So we'll take care of those and get the glitches worked out.
What are we doing tomorrow?
That is a great question, and I will effort that for you. Oh, tomorrow we're going to talk about Lake Waco Golf Club, and we will have Jones Mitchell on the program.
Great.
And he will, I haven't figured out what we're going to talk about yet. I'll get with Jones today, but it could be a golf tip. It could be a tournament. It would be my guess next on this first visit with Jones that we maybe just kind of walk through. We've talked about Lake Waco's golf course. We've talked about the par 3 golf course. We've talked about the swimming pool. We've talked about the grill and all of that good stuff. So we may just go in depth into what they offer. I know they got a great practice facility there.
Yes, they do.
It is an unbelievable practice facility. So we may do that, but we'll get with Jones on that. So do you remember when you were, and I want to see if the timeline is correct. Were you working at Channel 10 when Alan Carter was doing PM Magazine?
Yes.
Alan, and who was his co-host? I'm trying to remember.
Wasn't it Dixie Hill?
Yes, it was. That's exactly right. So Alan Carter did PM Magazine. Alan Carter is a Conley High School graduate. He has had unbelievable success in the industry. Right now, he's currently the director of The Voice, the television program, The Voice on NBC.
Cool.
He is currently the director of that program. I think he directs the CMA Awards every year, the Country Music Association Awards every year.
Great.
I mean, he's there. But it's amazing how much he knows about the Rangers and the Cowboys for that matter. But he knows the Rangers inside and out. I think he goes to spring training every year. I think they kind of take him behind the scenes. I think he's got some friends at the factory, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
and yeah, he does. And he's, I think, if everything goes well, I think we're going to try to get him on the program next week to talk some Ranger baseball and just talk about The Voice. And I think they're doing a special Voice this season with some of the past hosts or past coaches, such as Kelly Clarkson. She's back on the program, so I think they're going to do that, and hopefully we'll have Alan Carter on the program next week. Let's see what else. As we mentioned, we mentioned Lonnie Judd. We'll try to get Lonnie Judd for you, and so that's what's going on next week. And we will talk Lake Waco Golf for you tomorrow. All right, we are going to get out of here a little early today. We apologize again for the technical difficulties. We'll do this again tomorrow at 10 a.m. For Lark, I'm Tom. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Hey!